We gather together, we grow from the ashes, but there's so much more to be done. Our eyes in the sky, the news can be frightening, but our minds, they won't be overrun. I know, it's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're Altadena Talks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks.
Oh yeah. New season, new song, baby.
Welcome, everybody.
We should replay that.
It started again. Yeah, because people ain't even came on yet. They ain't even heard it yet.
With water, food, shelter, and love. It's hard to believe that our neighbors are in need, but they're the ones we're thinking of. I know. It's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're Altadena Talks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks. For you from the start, we're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. At your side, we're Altadena Talks.
That little piano outro. Well, let us know in the comments what you thought about that. If you caught it in the beginning, we want to know. We're just trying to jazz it up a bit. We a real podcast, the longest running podcast in the world.
Dot.
About Altadena Talks.
True that.
That's Altadena Talks right there. That's my podcast. My mom be like, I'll be watching your podcast.
Mine too. Mine would text me like, oh, good show or something. I'm like, oh, you were on?
Right.
So yeah, they be in the back.
I'm like, sorry, Mom, about the intrusion. Oh no, I'm proud of my son. I'm like, me?
Like who?
I'm not the one that usually gets the accolades, That's always my brother.
People always change, and things can change at any time.
Shocking. It's like when hell freezes over. I think hell froze over somewhere.
Wow. We need to be on the lookout for crazy things to happen now.
Well, so much crazy stuff is happening this week. I'm surprised I'm still right here. My brother got out of the hospital.
How's he doing?
He probably jacked up, but he shot me pictures of his bike. It was tore up. So he just left it at the impound.
He'll get another one.
Oh yeah, he will. After he let that leg heal up a bit.
I told both my sons, like, I don't want no more bikes, because both of them have been down, and my brother died being hit on a bike. And so I'm like, I don't want a bike. There is two sitting in my garage. And one is 60th edition, whatever. And it's just like, y'all don't get the stress you give me when you're out there. And I get a call that you're down or you're at the hospital. I'm like, it's trauma. It brings it back from my brother being killed on his bike. So But they don't. They're like, "Hey, I'm doing what I love." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, and I'm trying not to love what you do.
Right. Like, okay.
So yeah, today, y'all, you know Tony is on, so you know we about to go do some really way back Wednesday because now we got three. No. What I'm saying is we got 3 heads to remind us of things instead of just 2.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all always be relying on me to come up with it. I can't remember everything. Just 99% of my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You remember most of them.
Yep.
They just, I mean, I got 2 and 2, Ziva. I got 2 girls and 2 boys, and there are pros and cons for both. But maybe them boys and them bikes and cars, I'd be like, I don't want to hear about another accident. I don't want to hear about another nothing. Jesus, please cover them always. Hey,
Ziva, what you think about the song? You know, we trying to get it jazzed up. You know, we need some feedback.
She said all sooky now.
Did it need more back beats, some break beats, you know?
Break beat.
Out, the deep, the top.
We'll do that one for the next season too.
Can I have the knife?
I'll do a remix. I'll do a hip hop version.
Yep.
Well, thank you. That's Jamal, the super duper dope producer.
Okay.
Doing his thing.
Glad you like it, Ziva.
Yeah, so
and you
so what's today's topic gonna be? Are we gonna be did you pop heads up yet?
Yeah.
Okay, well I popped it up again. Because I missed it. I was over on another screen sharing to the nations. You know how my routine.
Sweet.
And this time I actually started the the Instagram on time. I can't wait till we can switch it over to the AltadenaTalks Instagram because that's where, just so you know, guys, gals, we are really focusing on telling you to go to the AltadenaTalks YouTube channel because of the fact that every page that I have now is actually telling me, you got 90 days, you got this. So Facebook is really trickling it down to getting us off of preserving our lives. So if you see that notation at the bottom on the screen, youtube.com/@AltadenaTalks, that's how they put it. I don't know why, but when you do search it on YouTube and you don't remember that, just put the @ or the hashtag AltadenaTalks. And we will be well on our way to bringing you more information as time goes by. So you gotta act right with that thing. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's why people that come on the show have to be vetted. They have to be truthful. They have to know that Altadena is looking at this show now. I mean, we're getting coverage from Pasadena Now, Pasadena Black Pages. We have yet to see Star News recognize us, but I guess it may be after the 100th show or the event on the 26th, maybe they'll recognize us as something, a force to be reckoned with.
Now Pasadena Black Pages, so whether we get Star News or not, oh well.
Yeah, if they do, they do. Oh well.
Lawrence is in the house. What up, Lawrence? Lawrence.
Don't say his name.
Well, that's how this guy that used to work at Burger King, his name is Lawrence. And he always used to say, I was like, what's up, Lawrence? He goes, it's Lawrence.
Is that with an AURENCE?
Yeah.
It's called a LAW.
Yeah, he spelled it LAU, Lawrence. Like
Get
you say,
right.
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
You probably know him. He used to be a hairdresser. He used to run around. He worked at Burger King. I used to be like, okay, I'd like to have a whaler. He go, whaler.
You're dumb. You're dumb for that.
I know.
All right, so I'm gonna jump into the slides.
Jump into the frame.
And then we'll.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go warm up my coffee. So.
Gotcha.
But I'll still be able to hear it because I got the earbuds in now. You know what I'm saying? Getting the high tech. I'm on that.
Word up.
Asset.
Uh-oh. All right, well, here we go. All right, sorry, I had to add myself real quick. Can you guys hear me still? Yes, no, maybe so. I think so. All right, hopefully you can hear me. If you can hear me, do a thumbs up or a yes or something in the comments. Oh, okay, cool, thank you. All right, never mind. Never mind, got confirmation from my co-hosts. So, key deadlines coming up. I changed this slide. Thought it'd be a little easier, straight to the point. The right of entry, opt-in or out, FEMA financial assistance, and SBA loans for physical damage. The deadline is Monday. This coming up Monday, the 31st of March. So if you haven't made a decision, please make a decision for the right of entry. And then also if you haven't submitted your application for either FEMA or SBA, please do so by Monday. Got that claim assistance at the Jackie Robinson Community Center, Wednesdays from 9 to 1, Fridays from 1 to 5. Still didn't get the confirmation on whether this is just going to disappear and all the other things that we've been talking about are going to disappear by the 31st. But, stay tuned. And if anybody else goes down to the recovery center as I get to that and can confirm that, please let us know. So this claim assistance is at 1020 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Pasadena at Jackie Robinson Community Center. The Disaster Recovery Centers, or Center for us at 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena, is open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. No longer open on Sundays. It's been for a few weeks, or at least all of March. And there is the one-stop permit center, which is real close to the Disaster Recovery Center. This is at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210 in Altadena. They're available Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, that's just for walk-in. Now, if you'd like to, and Tony brought up a valid point, this could be very confusing for various reasons, one of which is, I'll just say it could be very confusing, but if you want to set up a specific time and an appointment to go to the permit center, you can do so at that permit center that I just read about, and it's going to be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., which you could, in order to set up your appointment, you go to recovery.la.gov/rebuilding/one-stop-permit-centers. Okay? That's if you want to set up an appointment. Otherwise, you can just walk in. Our friends down at Union Station Homeless Services are still giving away items every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. They're giving away hygiene kits or kits with hygiene products such as toiletries, deodorants, razors, menstrual products, toothpaste, and toothbrushes. There's going to be new bedding, towels, and clothing, full-size items such as body washes, bars of soap, shampoo, and conditioner. For food, there's going to be shelf-stable food, sack lunches, and snacks. For the babies, there's going to be diapers, wipes, and formulas, as well as, there will also be assorted gift cards. This will be at 412 South Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. Excuse me one quick second as I plug my computer in. I'll be right there. Thank you. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Now we come back. So, Dina Relief Drive. The main hub is at Pasadena Church at 425 Sierra Madre Villa Avenue in Pasadena. This is every Saturday until they tell us they're going to stop from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. They also need volunteers, and if you're available to volunteer, please do so by scanning the QR code right here on the screen. The Junior League of Pasadena is actually taking donations from today through Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And they're accepting household cleaning products, personal care and hygiene products, baby formula, diapers, baby wipes. However, they're not asking or they're not accepting any clothing. Now, all the items that they collect through Friday, they're going to distribute on Saturday, March 29th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This will be at 149 South Madison Avenue in Pasadena. They will be checking IDs for the affected zip code so that just not anybody comes up there and gets the free items. The World Central Kitchen has a couple different hubs in the area, one of which is Iglesia del Nazareno. This is going to be available Monday through Saturday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at 3541 Brandon Street in Pasadena. And there's two other locations. One is Gordy's Garage Parking Lot at 843 West Woodbury Road, and the Pasadena Sierra Madre YMCA at 611 East Sierra Madre Boulevard in Sierra Madre. Both of these last two locations are available from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and they will then reopen from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The Pacific Oaks College is offering a distribution center where they're providing new women's clothing, gloves and disinfectant wipes, adult diapers, baby formulas, air purifiers, and face masks. This distribution will be held on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And the address you would go to is 45 West Eureka Street in Pasadena. Now, LA Fire Justice is providing two Eaton Fire Town Hall meetings. One is today and one is tomorrow. They both will have Aaron Brockovich, Chris Holder, and Doug Boxer as attendee or as guests and speakers. They will be at 6 p.m. for both, and today's will be at Harambe Ministries at 1609 Navarro Avenue in Pasadena. And tomorrow's will be at Mahari's Restaurant at 145 Palmetto Drive in Pasadena. There will also be, as put on by the LA County Department of Public Health, a virtual town hall to learn how recent fires have impacted local schools. Experts will discuss post-fire assessments, provide important safety guidelines for parents, students, and school staff. And there will be members of the representatives and experts will be from Public Health, Pasadena Unified School District, and Pasadena Public Health. This will be Wednesday, March 26th, so that's today, from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. And it will be live streamed at Facebook, X, as well as YouTube. All of them will be at LA Public Health. And if you'd like to submit questions, you can do so by going to the tiny URL link below, which is tinyurl.com/postfire-Eaton schools. And each of the words have a capital letter at the beginning. All right. Every Tuesday up until April 1st, which would be the following week, not next week, but the week after that, from 11, no, it will be next week. Yeah, next Tuesday. That's crazy. This time is going too quickly. So from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., Taco Bell is giving out free tacos at the Food for Less parking lot at 1329 North Lake Avenue in Pasadena. Again, this is each Tuesday until the 1st. We Out Here Market is going to be at Fair Oaks Burger, which is at 2560 North Fair Oaks.
We out here. We out here.
2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena. There's going to be hot foods, snacks, clothes, shoes, jewelry, mini hygiene, face masks, and more. It's brought to you by Fair Oaks Burger. They are going to be requiring proof of residency in order to get these items, and there will be additional resources that will vary each time that they have this event. So come on out and help your neighbors in Altadena, help clean, paint, and plant at Loma Alta Park. This is going to be every Saturday in April from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Loma Alta Park, which is located at 3330 North Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. In order to register, you would go to bit.ly/3 capital Q, lowercase l as in Larry, lowercase s as in Sam, lowercase y as in yellow, lowercase x as in X-ray, and capital K as in kite. This should actually be a fun event, and lunch will be provided. We have the Eaton Fire Collaborative, which is a group of local nonprofits, community groups, city, county, and state officials dedicated to helping those affected. If you'd like to learn more about this organization, you can go to eatonfirecollaborative.org for more information. Jazzy Jam Glam Prom Dress and Suit Giveaway. We actually talked about this last weekend, and both Tony as well as Brian actually went there and did a little video and got to talk to the folks. This is an amazing situation where this is serving all the high school seniors who are affected by the California fires, and they're able to get vintage and new suits and dress corner, everything that they need for the special night. The first event was last weekend. The next one is this weekend, March 29th and 30th. Then there'll be the following weekend, the 5th and 6th, and last weekend will be the 12th and 13th of April. It's sponsored by Jazzy Jam for Empowerment in association with Soul to Soul Solutions, LLC, and will be available on those dates specified from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Paseo, which is at 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suites 139 and 141 in Pasadena. And in order to register, you go ahead and scan the QR code. There's gonna be a pop-up distribution brought on by World Central Kitchen, which is going to be providing the food. There will be clothing, baby items, shoes, personal care, water, and more. The location is going to be at Altadena Arts Magnet, which is Allendale location, at 1135 South Euclid Avenue in Pasadena. And it'll be tomorrow, March 27th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. If you're interested, you can and have questions, you can contact Madeline at 626-926-7892, or you can contact Ruby at 626-372-3440. This Saturday, March 29th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Hilton in Pasadena, there will be the Wildfire Recovery and Rebuild Conference. This is at 168 South Los Robles Avenue in Pasadena. You can learn about engaging with an architect and contractor, banking and mortgage info, property tax assessment, opting in assistance, insurance, and legal considerations. In order to register, just scan the QR code in the bottom left portion of the screen, or you can go to lasentinel.net. Also on Saturday, you can meet with First Choice Design and Development to start your rebuild. This will be at 87 North Raymond Avenue in Pasadena from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. While you're there, you can actually get answers on planning, permitting, WUI compliance, and more. And then when you sign up, you can actually get a Rebuild Our Neighborhood Builders Bundle, which will include a 5K solar system. In order to get registered for this, you would scan the QR code. They do encourage you to do so because it is space is limited. Tomorrow, March 27th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., there will be a men's healing circle hosted by Hands and Soil and Sacred Lessons. This is where men can actually share, connect, and heal together. This will be at the Pasadena Outdoor Mall at 300 East Colorado, Suite 151 in Pasadena. And to RSVP, you would scan or go to the bit.ly link, which is bit.ly/DH-sacred-lessons. In the same location on Tuesday, April 1st, there will be somatic meditation with Salome Wellness Collective. You get to discover the Salome method, which is a groundbreaking meditation practice designed to awaken your energy centers. Hold on a second. Okay, your energy centers, engage all five senses, and harmonize your mind, body, emotion, soul, and spirit. This will be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., as I indicated, on the 1st of April at the Paseo Outdoor Mall. Same location as the previous slide at 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suite 151 in Pasadena. It's hosted by Ariel Salome, and you can register at bit.ly/DH-Salome. That's SALOM as in Mary E. No Finish Lines presents the Dina Family Reunion, which will be at Octavia E. Butler Magnet Middle School on Saturday, April 5th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. The location is 1505 North Marengo Avenue in Pasadena, and there will be sports, games, vendors, food, music, and more. Sounds like a pretty fun event. And then on Saturday, April 5th, also, there'll be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Pasadena City Hall, Youth Empowerment Festival put on by Loveland Community Development Corp. And this will be at 100 Garfield Avenue in Pasadena. It's a carnival-style event designed to uplift and inspire young people and their families who have faced hardship due to the devastating Eaton wildfires. You can get there'll be live performances, carnival games and activities, youth panel discussions, empowerment workshops, community giveaways, networking, and resources, as well as food. So our local friend Stephanie Capps is actually making quilts that she's giving away at community events and pop-up events and other events that are around the community. If you'd like to get information on this, you can go to Steph Capps RN. That's ST as in Tom, E, P as in Paul, H, CAPPSRN at Gmail. Or for Instagram, you can go to All Caps RN, and you can get information about her quilts. It's a very cool thing she's doing. And then the folks at Heart Touch are actually giving away free massages. It's a 45-minute professional massage session tailored to your needs. They're also offering complimentary care packages with essential self-care and recovery items and a peaceful and welcoming environment. This is every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. through September at 3400 Airport Avenue, Suite 55 in Santa Monica. And definitely go ahead and scan the QR code if you're interested in getting this free massage. And, hopefully it actually gives you all the rest and peace and relaxation. That's it for right now. Let me get us back to the right. There we go. Now everybody's back. Thanks.
So Jamal kicked us out, so we won't be ad-libbing during his thing, be throwing him off. And I had a whole bunch of stuff I could have said, but he wanted it to be boring and dry and straight to the point. And when he made mistakes on words, I couldn't clown. So this is our new season. We're
hey, just so you know, all that stuff he's saying is true and not true. Because as you saw, he did pop in there anyway and made his little.
And then he popped me right on, and then he popped me back into the thing.
I did nothing.
No, I popped you back. When you said we out here, I popped you back into the stage or off the stage into the green room with me.
Tweren't I?
So it was not.
Y'all not letting me be y'all not letting me live my best life.
Yes, you are. Man. You popped in to say we out here the way you did, and I popped you right back out. You good?
Well, one I was gonna say after he was finished, I think I'm gonna attend that today, but I started talking to him.
All right, put that one slide back up, Jamal, so he can say we out here and whatever he needs to say about it.
It's too late.
Just put it back up.
It's too late. It's ruined.
It ain't ruined.
I'm devastated. Where's my motivation?
Bruh. Do you want us to put bruh up?
I love bruh. Bruh's me. We out here. Okay, you're done.
Now, see,
I said that already.
You feel better?
No.
But okay, so wait, you're supposed to do this. Hold on. Put it up. And then not only say that, you can say, and I'm going to go to that tonight. Or whatever you're going to say. Brian Bach is.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go to that tonight.
See? You know what? You get on my nerves because look at your face and you're saying it with no emotion whatsoever.
Right.
Like
Not
my
like you would
feelings are
normally
hurt.
say it.
Bruh.
Bruh. Bruh. So we were having a discussion, you guys, before we came on about that bruh and how many times like these young people say it or have called it. I remember my son called me. I have 2 sons, but my younger one said that to me one time. I looked at him. I was like, "Who the? You call him bruh?"
I know.
I said, "I better not ever hear you refer to me as bruh again." He was like, "Oh, my
That's
bad, Mom."
every mom I see that says that.
You're right.
I know you
Well, what
just call me
kills
bruh.
me is I'm a girl dad, and the girls say it to each other too. They be like, "Bruh."
It's
I'm
crazy.
like, what do you mean, bruh?
It's
bruh.
slang, and I get it, but
I get it too, but it's crazy.
I carried and pushed you out. I am never a bruh.
Yeah.
So, and that's
and after she did it, she didn't say bruh. Your head
Bruh.
was big.
You can't use it, but I can, damn it.
Okay, so where's our people at that normally come up and tell us, about the latest and greatest and the throwbacks? Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a throwback that probably not too many of y'all remember. Maybe you did, but
I'll be right.
I remember when Old Town was old. In the late 70s, there was nothing but porn shops and pawn shops, and all the bums used to try to, they used to try to take our money.
Yeah.
A lot of board. It looked like good times for real. I'm like, Pasadena, this is what Pasadena looked like. And you had to go past what?
Rejuvenation. I said, I almost said
rejuvenation. You had to go past Raymond to actually be decent. Going east.
Going east towards.
Yeah, because going back west, it was
shady. The only reason you went past Raymond was to go to Ernie Jr.'s.
Yeah, and that was it.
You
on
would
the 35er.
Right. You would go from like Walnut over to Colorado right there to go to Ernie Jr.'s. You weren't coming this way because, it was rough.
Now, here's the killer. Emil's, Ernie Jr.'s, and the 35er and the pawn shop were the only ones. Actually, the pawn shop and the 35er are the only ones still there.
Yeah, because Ernie Jr. has gone now for the last couple of years.
Yeah, and so has Emil's been gone.
Yeah,
Courtney, I remember when Old Town was downtown and it was raggedy.
Real raggedy.
Pasadena came a long way. Now they turn Old Town into Westwood.
Trying to, right.
Yeah. West Dena.
And still doing stuff. Still building up stuff.
Dena Wood.
Yeah, that was.
All right, so we're gonna talk about. Let me see. What was another nostalgic thing? Okay, so how many people? And I know I'm speaking to my Altadena and Pasadena people. How many people used to go to Lake Street, which was like Crenshaw, after the football games on Fridays? That was crazy. Boy, you get there, you park,
and McDonald's. When
McDonald's and Burger King
first came up, so it was Pup and Taco that didn't ever leave for a while.
Then it was McDonald's.
And then when they built the Burger King and when they built the Taco Bell, because my sister got a job at the Burger King like soon as it opened. You know how you went beforehand? She was 16, so I was 13. And Stephanie got that job and she was at that BurgerKing proud with the little hat on and all that kind of stuff. And that's where we all were on Friday nights after coming from PCC. From the football game.
Be watching, and it'd be Muir and PHS at the same place. It was always a fight, and it was always mostly girls. Not too many dudes. Are you? What happened? We switched it up.
I did.
Oh, you did it.
I did. Yeah, I took it off the lo-fi. I was tired of hearing that. I put our AltadenaTalks theme song on in the background, but real low.
We need instrumental though, because they be talking.
Okay. I'll put it back on lo-fi. Dang.
No, actually put it on that other one, Night Driving.
Night Driving? Okay, I got it.
Yeah, that's the one that came up. So we got a new season. We experimenting with the first day. This is gonna happen every first episode of the new season we start. We're gonna be playing with the media, playing with the changes and making it seem like, we got it together, because we do. So now we're trying to bring them a more jazzy appeal, for junior seniors and our seniors.
For our seasoned folks. Let's not call them junior and seniors. Just our seasoned.
Well, it's funny because I'm that age now, but I still feel that they're older than me. So, and my kid was probably looking at me like, Dad, you know you're old, right?
Well, and we're not.
Yeah, but I'm still here.
Let me tell you something. I'm not going to hit old till I'm like 85. Real simple.
Hey,
so,
I don't even think that. My father's 81 and he's still active doing stuff.
I said 85.
So I'm like,
I didn't say 80. I said 85. Because between that 1 and
I'm
that
trying
5
to hit 92
years right there, stuff changes. Trust me. My daddy could be
as soon as I turn 65, I'm reversing the numbers. So I'm going to be 56 and the next year I'm going to be 57. I'm not trying to embrace this age. It's just a number.
Why?
Because I feel like I put a post up about 6 months ago. I said, help. I'm a 35-year-old trapped in a 57-year-old's body. Because I feel on certain days like I can run and then I get down 5 houses and I'll be like, yeah, not today.
That's when that 57-year-old comes back and be like, hey, here I is.
He'll be telling that last one, hold up, bro. Come back here and pull yourself back together now.
So, the whole black don't crack, especially with black women, and the memes that say like it's a little girl be saying like I'm 75 tomorrow or whatever. Like I have no problem whatsoever telling people I'm 59. I'm going to be 60 in October. And people are like, oh, you don't look like it. Okay, but what is 60? What does it look like? What does 59 look like? And so people have put all these labels and what you're supposed to act or look like, and I done froze. That means I got too many windows open. I need to close some stuff. But
I've already booted mine.
Yeah, I'm closing stuff now. But the thing is, like, what does 59 or 60 look like?
Well,
right?
When we were 30, it looked like our parents, right? Now we're our parents' age at the time we were looking at them.
And we was talking crazy.
We can't embrace it because
I can't.
First of all, when I used to see, and when I was 20, 25, and I used to see people 60, it was all hunched over on a walker with a cane. And I'm like, I'm afraid, because is that how it's going to be when we get here? I'm still walking. I don't have a walker. And, I see 97-year-olds still walking around doing their thing. I'm like, you know what? That's inspiration for me. Because I'm like, oh, I can keep going to like 40 more years and I can, embrace it.
I think what it is there's so many people that are like, we assume that, but there are some that are our age, bro, that look like they're 80 and 90 or 100. And they are crippled over or, all messed up and bent over and everything. So I think it's really about how you treat yourself, how you view yourself. And if you care enough about yourself to get out there and be active, even if it's not you're at the gym every day or you're running 5 miles a day, go take a walk. They say 20 minutes a day, right? Go take a walk around a good 2 or 3 city blocks and get 20 minutes in, because that's going to keep your heart pumping right. Drink a lot of water. You guys see me sitting here every day, all day, down in all these waters, right? Although
I got a whole case downstairs.
I got cases sitting right here, and I drink my waters every day, all day, right? Because it's so important. And then, this morning, so y'all know I start work like at 6 a.m. because my whole team is on the East Coast. So really for me right now, it's not 11, it's 2, right? Because I'm up at 5. So I just ate my lunch. I just made a sandwich, had some chips, and I'm finishing up this. And people would be like, why are you drinking that at 10 o'clock in the morning? It ain't 10 for me, it's 2, right?
Oh, I know.
I had
it's your business.
This premiere.
Drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
Right, but because I'm up online early, right? But anyway, it really matters because I might be finishing this, which, by the way, I could never drink a whole one. I'm a super lightweight, so I started this, I think, yesterday day or something. I'm finishing it now. But
that's secretly a Bubbles and James in that.
Man, if you didn't go that way back, good Lord, Bartles.
Hey, the whole thing about this is way back Wednesday, so you got to comment accordingly.
But then I'm gonna have like 3 or 4 of these, right? And so it's about really, because I got to flesh this out, this other half of this Corona, and always have water in my body and go out and walk. And even though you guys know, I say 2 things, y'all gonna laugh. Okay, I don't do the cold. Anything under 70 to me is cold. Do you hear me?
Like right now.
Like right now. And I always say I cannot go out when it's raining. And people are like, why? What's wrong? Because brown sugar melts when it gets wet.
Oh.
So I can't be outside and get wet.
Brown sugar.
Right. So I'm like, I can't be out in the rain.
Brown sugar. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, pretty much. But
That was way back.
But I got to figure out, like, okay, I'm not going out in the rain. It's not pouring down raining, but I still got to get exercise in or whatever, right? So, like, okay, 2 weeks ago, do you guys remember me saying how bad my shoulder? I thought I had frozen shoulder and it was hurting and I couldn't lift it. Mm-hmm. I've been doing this every night. And I showed you guys how the VA had given me this cream. And when I read it, it was arthritis cream or something. It was like, because I had rotator cuff surgery years ago, like in 2006. So now I'm feeling it, right? But every day I'm stretching and doing all this because this one I could do whatever, right? But this
every day I'm stretching it.
Gotta stretch it because where I might not have had to stretch stuff 10 years ago, now at almost 60, I gotta stretch. I gotta walk.
You might step out the bed and pull a muscle in your leg.
Right. So it's like, oh my gosh, what are we doing?
How about that?
You said do what and pull it?
Think of thought and pull a muscle.
No, I had a problem where every time I sneeze, I would pop a rib out.
Wow.
That's when you breathe deep, Brian. You be like, let me take a deep breath and be like,
That's horrible.
Or when you get gas in your chest cavity on one side and you're trying to massage it out, and you lay on the side, I'm like, man, something. Can you just stick a needle in and let the air out? That's what I think is that easy,
But think about it. 30 years ago, when we were 39, or 40 years ago, we were 29. We were talking like, oh, my parents are old or whatever. And now we're that age and they're, look, I told my mother a few months ago, I said something about being elderly. She said, who are you talking to? Who's elderly? And I was like, girl, you almost 83. She was like, I am not elderly. I was like, my bad.
That's how we gonna feel when we get there.
That's how we gonna be. Right. I was like, okay.
I know you saying.
Right. I was like, okay, let me shut my mouth.
But to your point, we got to definitely stay active. That's the magic. Yeah. Active, eat the right things, which, a lot less of that processed stuff. Get that out, get outside.
You ain't lying, Steve. I did that too.
Sleep the wrong way, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because
won't be able to move.
Not just a crick, but everything all down the back. You'll be walking.
Yeah, you be like coming in here. Yeah, so we doing the talk show today, and I'm why y'all started like that? Oh.
How about you need help out the bed, or you fall out the bed? Like, and the other thing is that spirituality. You whatever your lane is for that, you got to have that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, honestly, it's easy. It's simple. Let me rephrase that. It's simple, but it's not that easy because we're bombarded with all this fast food stuff. Stay up on the internet and do all this kind of stuff and stay up all night. Don't get sleep, And because we're on the computers all day, we don't go outside and move that much. Me too. You know what I'm saying? But the more we do that, the longer we're going to be around. The more we let the body heal itself, because it truly can do that, right? Yeah. If you put it in the right environment. So yeah, all you're speaking is truth. And comedy, having fun, and having those emotions right.
Yeah, my exercise is watching the dog run back and forth, and in my mind, I am him.
You're running with him?
No, you need to go run with the dog. Let him run you down the street.
Hell no, he's gonna drag me down the street. He said, I don't need that kind of excitement. Look, he already gives me a workout, like bicep workout, when he's trying to pull his rope from me. So I use that as the exercise.
And you know,
I
like
think
I,
us to develop some definition. Look at that.
I said, I just had my sandwich, but you know what it was? It's no meat involved. And I do this a lot because I grow bell peppers and green onions and all this in my backyard. So I'll go outside and get a red, a yellow, and an orange pepper, slice them up and saute them in either a little bit of butter or a little bit of avocado oil and put like red onion or green onion. And then I'll put that on some bread real quick and I'm good. And it's so good, but then I'm not heavy and weighed down because I didn't have some meat in there or whatever. And all the processed lunch meats and stuff are garbage. If you ever watch how they're made, it's just, it's
You
garbage.
won't want to eat
Right.
it.
Can't even eat.
Just like
Right.
hot dogs and all that stuff.
Well, you know, hot dogs, I stopped eating when I was little because my father, I told you guys, was an engineer. He's a retired engineer, and he was the one that would go around to all the factories and fine them for polluting, putting too much pollutants out because he worked for the
That
South
was
Coast.
my dinner last night.
Oh, that looks good.
Salad and let's see if I can angle it.
Spaghetti.
Pasta.
Yeah, all of it homemade. I made only thing that came out of the can was the stewed tomatoes that I made
You
the
made
sauce
the pasta
with.
too?
No, I didn't make the pasta.
Oh.
I mean,
know
I
what?
cooked it.
No,
Your mom's like,
look,
No,
I'm
no, I didn't
serious.
make
I was
the
about
pasta.
to give you mad props for that.
Mhm.
Well,
Not-
I'm learning how to
do it.
make zucchini pasta.
Oh, yeah.
With the
Well,
little
regular
thing.
pasta is not that difficult. It's
no,
only if
it's
you
all
have-
easy if you have the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I
All
did
you
next.
need is one of those.
Of course, you know,
mixers
all my
with the
stuff got
attachment.
burnt up. I had all the things. Remember how I used to do urban foodies? That was my
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
This,
I would make everything. Angle it. You got to angle it.
I know. My son gave
Oh,
me
the
this.
spiral.
There you go.
Yep.
Yep, that's exactly what I need.
Yep.
You know
my
what's
son
also
gave it to
good
me
is
for
if you use-
Christmas. I haven't even really opened it. I haven't used it yet, but it could do fettuccine cut, spaghetti cut, ribbon cut, and it could do either noodles, fruits, or veggies. So
Because
yeah,
Trina, this is way back Wednesdays. We don't talk about anything serious, just life and how we grew up and talking about stuff that's not here anymore. So if you got anything that you remember, I mean, I miss Pub and Taco. I know y'all
okay.
talking
So
about hot
Trina's
dogs.
from Chicago, I believe, and she
Mhm.
knows how to step and all of this. But she goes to my church. She's a girlfriend of mine.
Oh,
And
me pie.
and so Trina, yeah, chime in, sis, on some way back Wednesday stuff because it doesn't only have to be Altadena and Pasadena.
No, it doesn't.
Last week
It's-
we talked about all the old movies like Shaft and all of
Mhm.
that. We talked
Now
about
we need to talk about Schoolhouse Rock. How educated we were as little
my
kids.
gosh.
Watching
Not
Saturday
only
morning
that,
cartoons
but even
and in
before
between.
Schoolhouse Rock, the Electric Company.
and Sesame Street.
Hey,
Okay, so who
guys.
remembers Easy Reader?
Easy
Right
Reader,
here. Come on, Morgan Freeman. Are you kidding
Morgan
me?
Freeman.
Get out.
He was the coolest. I used to want to be
Best.
Easy Reader. He had the shades, he had
Heck
the afro. He looked like Angela Davis's little brother. And he was serious. No, he stayed on the electric company for 3 years, and he said that was too long because he was about to get a typecast.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, so he left, and then his first movie I think was Street Sense or Street Smarts, where he was a pimp and a drug dealer, and scared the heck out of me with that role.
but
I
you know
said
my
I can't
favorite
look at
movie
him no
with
more the
Morgan-
same. Huh?
And my favorite movie with Morgan Freeman that I will watch any day of the week. Take a guess.
Shawshank Redemption.
You already know. What?
'Cause that's mine. My favorite part is when the
24/7.
dude first came to jail and he goes, Andy Dufresne, he never made a sound.
Never made it sound.
Yeah. His narration is off the chart. I want him to
love-
narrate my funerals.
Baby,
Read my obituary.
Shawshank Redemption any day of the week. I will watch it. Ah,
Yeah, that's it.
Easy Reader right
Yeah.
here.
And don't he look like he's 40 years old right there? Because I think
Yes.
Morgan Freeman was born at 25.
okay.
Yeah,
Here's one
he's
of
the
the
original
20 maybe.
Benjamin Button because he is kind of going. He went backwards for a while and then started aging again.
Oh, did he? Yeah, man.
On Shawshank.
So,
Oh my
He
god.
was in Ohio for a long time because they filmed it at the old insane asylum in Ohio.
Let me tell you, that is my favorite. We'll watch it out of any movie.
I tell you, every time it comes on and I just see it on Pluto or something, I watch it. My
Just watch
favorite parts were when he finally gets out of jail and he doesn't have anything to do. Then remember Andy Dufresne told him to go find the rock with the black rock and shot him the money. The way he was looking around when he got the money, he's like,
okay, like wait a minute.
yeah, he was worried because he's been in jail for 50 years, you know. So, yeah, Mansfield, Ohio, baby.
Under the big
That's
oak
where it
tree.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing was filmed there, except when they went to San Juantaneo. He couldn't remember that. He said, I guess nobody be looking for me when I hit that border. Because ain't nobody looking for no old felon in the 50s.
Yeah,
60s.
give me shots.
Ain't even have internet yet. You know, you didn't even have a driver's license with your picture on it.
Andy Dufresne.
Dufresne. How he was slick with it. Yeah.
Oh, that's my all-time. I love Shawshank.
Looking like he Nucci older brother.
Okay, let's see. But yeah, on all the school. Oh yeah.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started because Billy D. Everybody wanted to be Billy D. and every woman wanted Billy D.
How about that? Even
and
if we were 10 years old.
I call Juan King Billy D because he looked like a cross between Billy D and Alexander O'Neal. Remember, I told you that before.
That's what you were saying, last week. But yeah, we talked about that last week, Trina. Lady Sings the Blues. Because let me tell you,
all the blaxploitation movies.
All blaxploitation. Because there is nobody that I've ever met in my life that knows movies, including the freaking lines of these movies, more than I'm Brian Bacchus and you're not.
But you know, I'm always trying to like insert a movie clip for an answer,
or a lyric, or a song,
or a song lyric. Right.
I blame that on my dad because he used to make up songs about whooping our tail. About to go get that liquor and stick. Gonna hit your butt real quick. I'll be like, okay,
that's
bro.
so funny.
See,
like,
and y'all ain't hip to this one.
You guys got spankings with other than belts?
Yeah, well, okay. My father whooped me with a belt. My mother, whatever was near.
How about a Hot Wheel track?
She would. Hot Wheel track. She took the extension cord with the lamp on it.
I think I got a total of 2.
We never got shoes. We never got.
Because after that, I didn't want.
We never got switches. I've never been told go outside and get a switch. I probably would have looked at my parents like they were absolutely crazy if they told me.
I don't even know what my butt looks like scar wise. I mean, I've never looked at it. You know, it's just.
Wow.
I might have a tiger ass with some stripes on it and welts. No, I went to school one day. My mom had hit me in the extension cord and it went from my mouth to my ear. And so the teacher asked me, what happened to you? I said, I was trying to climb the fence and slipped and it just slipped. I was good at lying.
Yeah, because that would be considered child abuse today.
Well, I told my mom one day I was going to call the police on her for beating me. She said, go ahead. They're just going to take you out of here. I'll still be here. I said, well, damn.
You know, my mom threatened me one day with my kids when I was grown. She was like, I'm going to call CPS or whatever. I said, go ahead. Call them.
We live 3 houses from 5 acres. She was trying to shoot me there. I said, well, at least I'll get 3 hots and a cot. She goes, what you know about 3 hots and a cot? I said, Mom, I grew up in Altadena and Pasadena. We know about everything that goes to jail. Even if you don't go to jail, you still know about everybody that went to jail. Because jail is like the second subject after eating. Yeah, you know, so Rollo went to jail today. You know, they caught him doing something. They'll never tell you what.
Sweet back.
So what?
Oh, yeah. Badass song.
He said sweet back.
Badass song. That's the one I didn't watch.
What, Sweetback?
Yeah, because he had 2 of them, right? He had two Sweetbacks.
Yeah, he might have. This one is.
I think that's when Mario Van Peebles was just on the set, just looking like, wow, I want to do that. That's sick. I wonder what it would have been like to grow up on a set. You know, grow up like your dad was a producer. You got to go on set every day. I mean, growing up in Altadena and Pasadena is like that because, you know, so many stars and athletes come from here. We just look at them like, yeah, whatever, man. I remember when you used to have a slotty nose and suck your thumb in school.
But that's the beauty of Altadena, right? And even Pasadena. But the ones that lived up in look, you know how Terry Crews lives up in Lavinia, right? And I don't know if their house burned down or not because I heard part of Lavinia did and part didn't. But
I think like 5 houses burned down there.
Oh, okay. Now
that's what I was told.
But even with that, like I used to be in that 24-hour fitness on Lincoln at 4 a.m. with Terry Crews, and he'd be in there with 2 of the things, making all this noise. as he was working out, right? And I just
same way he act, huh?
Exactly. But he'd lift both real heavy and make a lot of noise and stuff. I'd walk by,
and then he walk by and make his breath pop up on you like that's his favorite move.
But I would just walk by and I'd do like this and keep going. You know, because don't nobody care. Like, okay, Jerry,
especially at that hour of the day too. Come on.
And making all that noise in the gym. Like,
Harpo lives out there too. He lives off of Rosemead.
It's so many that literally live in Altadena. Like, what was his name?
What is homeboy name that was in Major League? He was also in 24 as the president. The black dude. I always see him in Zanku Chicken because he lives up in Altadena.
I don't know, but do you remember what is his name? His daughter's name is Esme, and her and my older son are really good friends still. She'll stop by here sometimes, but what was the one, the Golden Girls? Remember the black dude that was on there?
Don Cheeto. No, you talking about
Don Cheeto was.
Not Don Cheeto. The other guy that used to be on there.
He lived right on Mount Curve when you come around getting ready to go down.
Didn't he pass away?
He did a few years back.
Yeah. Dang,
right after they were graduating or whatever. But
he had an odd name. It was unique.
I'm going to tell you. Hold on, because I'm gonna Google it real quick.
That's the beautiful thing about Google. I don't have to use my memory as much.
No, hey, the dude.
Meshach Taylor.
That's who it was.
Thank you,
he lived right up the street in Meshach, yeah. And so his daughter Esme, he has a couple kids, but Esme and Gerald are the same age. They're really, really good friends. And she, like I said, still comes by. But they lived right there on Mount Curve when you coming around the curve, almost at Parkman. And so many, like you see Tasha Smith and her twin, Cedra, sometimes in Houston's. Always run into Adam Sandler.
Irene Carr used to live on Palm.
Exactly.
Living up there since I lived on Rubio Canyon. I used to drive by and she used to drive a little bug. Newer one, not the old one. And the thing about
it is, like, they just wanted to be part of the community that they lived in and blend in without everybody haggling them.
And they was in the perfect city.
Exactly. And in Altadena, you could do that because we didn't care. You live next door to us, you're a celebrity. We're not going to bug you and be asking for autographs or nothing. You're just our neighbor. And be like, hey, how you doing?
They even tell people who live next door to you because they be over there like, I'm just going to come up here and check your mail for you.
No, you're not. Right. No, you're not. Get out of here.
You sure you don't need that water delivery?
That was the beautiful part of Altadena. And I think it'll be the same when we go back because,
just newer.
That's what makes it, newer houses. But that's what makes us just unique and really special. And then like you could be anywhere literally in this world and run into someone from Pasadena or Altadena.
Oh, literally.
Like, I ran into somebody in Paris a couple years ago from Dina that I had never known, but we just sit, you talk about everything and everybody together. I ran into somebody in Toronto one time. I've been in the Caribbean on a cruise. I was in Turks and Caicos and this dude was on there and I was like, what you doing? And Larry and Mrs. Cash were on the cruise.
Oh,
and I was like, before Larry Cash died, I was like, wait a minute. That's the beautiful thing about Altadena. Like, you're going to find somebody, no matter where you are on this globe, that's connected or from Altadena or Pasadena. And you just be like, oh my gosh, and it's a small world and all of that. And, it's just a kind place.
Well, people, we have come up on that moment where it's time to go.
58 minutes already? That was quick.
Man, that's what happens when you're talking about fun stuff. When you're talking about the serious stuff, you're like, what time is it? Uh-oh, Terry coming over here saying, Tony talks.
Terry talks. What's up, Terry Bacchus?
What's
okay,
up,
so
Terry?
He must have missed Tony Talks yesterday.
Before we jump off, we want to plan like a weekend, maybe like the first Saturday of the month, to let's all get together and do a walk around the Rose Bowl or something. As Tony talks and Altadena talks, and just come together and do some things.
So we want to start this in May.
I want to start in April, like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, but April we're going to be helping rebuild Lomalta Park every Saturday from 9 to 2.
Well, then they can walk their butts on up there to help rebuild. That's one Saturday a month. So we can start off at Lincoln and Altadena. No, but I'm saying the walk is once a month.
Oh. Do we have enough parking at Lincoln Altadena Drive to walk up there? Because there's so much is blocked off from all the trucks.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like now.
We might have to meet at the Rose Bowl.
So why don't we wait till
Saturday? Yeah.
Because
we'll make the big announcement on the 20th.
That's when it opens, though.
Yeah.
Loma Alta does.
It does, but it's the 10th or who knows when. But the thing is, if we know that we're going to keep promoting people to go up to Loma Alta Park, right, to do that every Saturday from 9 to 2 in April. And then April 26th, that's going to change some things. Some will go, some won't, because we're going to be at the big thing that we're having. And then there's other events, obviously, March and April that we're talking about on the show. But I love that idea and would love to do not a officially sanctioned 5K, but we meet in one of the parking lots, whether it's on the west side or whatever, everybody park, meet up, and let's just take a nice, good walk, breathe, talk, laugh. Brian Bacchus, who is not everybody else, will be there clowning anyway and make everybody laugh. And yeah, that would be awesome. That's a great idea, Brian.
I had to throw up Morgan Freeman. He was looking like, you don't say. We need to have stuff like that, like, bruh.
Bruh. Go ahead, Jamal. Where's bruh?
Bruh.
Hold on. Where is it?
Where is bruh?
Bruh.
Oh, here it is.
Somewhere there. There it is, bruh.
Oh, I put it in the background.
Bruh.
Go.
Take it off. Bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh. We're stupid.
We cut off on Instagram.
Okay.
Oh, that's all right. They're just going to have to suffer. We're having a good time today.
So, hey, I want to ask everybody out there in Altadena Talks land on all the socials. Do you all want to give us suggestions for Wednesdays and Thursdays? Because Wednesdays we do Way Back Wednesday and Thursday we do Throwback Thursday, which is similar, right? But if you have any suggestions for us, it would be great. And then we can actually ahead of time. So if anybody has any Throwback Thursday stuff for tomorrow, tell us what you would like us to review, go over, that you will interact with us on. And then if we need to look up a video or songs or an image, we can do that today and tonight, and have it ready for tomorrow that everybody can really interact and laugh and talk and all that on. So this is not just the three of us. This is all of us as a community. So if you have any suggestions that you would like us to cover on Throwback, it would be cool. Ton share? What's Marcus Betts? What is that? What is that, you guys? Ton share. Oh, two share. I'm sorry. I do that all the time too with my my thumb. Puts it in. Share old photos in Altadena.
Yeah. Hold on. You were muted.
Brian, you muted yourself, I think, or something?
I muted him because he was on the phone.
Because he's always trying to cut me and censors me. I'm getting censored here. What I'm saying is...
How about that? No, I'm just playing.
He's gone altogether. He's like, this is some bull.
Right. Send the pictures to info
at.
No, send the pictures to AltadenaTalks@gmail.com. That's easier. Because everybody mostly gets Gmail. If you guys send your photos in of old stuff, I mean, baby pictures, we don't even care. We just want to show a slideshow of things. We want to show that Altadena is still a community. I mean, I got a ton of pictures. Trust me, in the last 7 years, I've been videoing, going up and down Altadena, the Rancho, pizza joints, the Abu Kebab food. I mean, everything that I film a lot of stuff. I don't want it to just be all me, though. So.
And yep, because we will go back.
I got some old pictures of Jamal, too, when he was in high school.
Ain't nobody interested in that.
Yes, they are. It's Throwback Wednesdays or no Throwback Thursdays.
Yeah, I got one of me and Mosan back in the day. I'm in my basketball uniform. What does he have on? I think he has on his football jersey. But yeah, I'm doing something.
I got the one with Isaac Minnow putting his hand up in your face.
Oh yeah.
Like, he don't need to be in the picture.
Right. That was right after a game too.
Right.
Had some
Who
friends.
was the other girl in the picture with you?
Shoot, I don't remember. There's a friend from. She didn't go to Muir.
Oh, okay.
I think she had just came to watch the game or something like that.
And he was blocking, like literally, like blocking.
He just being silly, like Isaac does.
Right.
My brother though.
We have Throwback Thursday photos, and we can discuss them, and even do maybe some that are quizzes, like
who's this?
And not only who's this, but a picture of a landmark or something that we had back in the day, and ask people, hey, do you know where this is, or can you identify this store or this?
Zoom in on a part and see if people can guess it, and then zoom out and see.
Don't get me started. I got access to every John Muir yearbook from the 1950s all the way up, so we can pull some pictures.
It's everything from Altadena and Pasadena, right? So not just pictures of like our school and people at our school, but
that's why we need people who participate to send the stuff in, because we only know us. So
right,
you know, we aren't Altadena by ourselves.
Right.
On this podcast, we are with our assistant crew and everything. We like to take a special shout out to Marcus Betts, who's always on here and always shares.
Every single
Ziva for coming on and actually creating our background that we have now, as well as Altadena Strong logo. So, this is how we roll. We don't play around. I was trying to remove that, and I think when we all on the same page. I remove something, I put it back because they're trying to remove it.
Yeah, if we do
but
that
we're
learning, we cancel each other out.
We're learning this platform, and it's getting better and better. So, we can have up to 10 people on the show at once.
Is it 10?
It's 10. Every time you
6. Hey, my hands are up here. Taint I
upgraded, so it's time to get.
Yeah.
We need to have like a mini forum on here and bring everybody on. I think we need to do one where we have Marcus and a few other people who are going through their process to actually talk about it amongst themselves. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now, how did you feel about this? What this? Because see, this whole thing is Altadena Talks. Well, we're not all Altadena. It's only 3 of us. We get like between anywhere from 300 to 1,000 people a day looking at this podcast afterwards, not at the same time, but recapping and replaying and stuff like that. So if you see something on here, I could have submitted something to that. I think we have the website up. I mean, not the website, but the email. I'm not quite sure. I think we got everything but that email. So we'll figure that out. But you can always go to AltadenaTalks.com and send us. In fact, I think I'm going to add something on there where people can upload a picture. That way, we don't have to really have you even go to the email and send it. You can just upload it there. So that'd be something that we're going to put together.
Account or no? You just
yeah. Put it. I couldn't find it.
AltadenaTalks@gmail.com.
Yep.
I just put it
real simple. And by the way, we are now official. Altadena Talks Foundation can be found on Google, and we will be able to now take advantage of some Google amenities that you can't take advantage of unless you're a nonprofit. So, yes, we are coming up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make it happen. Trying to keep it going. So there's the Gmail account. So please let us know. I mean, we're really here for you. This is more of a therapeutic thing for us to start off with. But then, I saw Tony was gathering so much information. I'm like, I'm going to snatch her up before somebody else do. And here we are, the triangular trio trying to make it happen. I couldn't say the dynamic duo. I didn't know what rhymed with trio.
Terrific trio, something.
Think of
well, it's a triangle. Yeah, let's go ahead and end it with the song, and then,
No, we don't have to end it.
It's great.
We really don't.
That we're 51 episodes in. I'm thankful.
Season 2, baby, the spring edition.
for bringing
I can't
me
wait
on
for summer. We're gonna be outside.
outside. I'm really thankful and grateful for you bringing me on because of everything I was posting. Because just by nature, I'm a researcher. I am an investigator. And anything that I try to post or put out there, I'm going to make sure I've investigated it as much as I can, because our mission has been, and then even when coming on here, has been to provide accurate information, right, for our community, because we don't want to put something on here because somebody threw a flyer together and it's full of shenanigans, right? Or they go to an event and all people are trying to do is get them to sell their land, but it was presented differently, or get something out of them, right? And so y'all, I be fussing with Brian and Jamal in the background. Like, why did we put that up? We haven't even investigated. Who's behind it? Who's throwing it? Who's giving it? And Jamal's like, look, we're here to provide information. I'm like, yeah, but we need to check it out first. And he's like, but that could take a long time.
You're right about some of it. You're right about some of it.
And I'll be like, it ain't gonna take me that long. Give it to me first,
and
right?
Part of it is because certain events are only once, right? And we're sharing. So we won't know until we actually go and find out. But anything that someone is doing regularly or more than once, and we found out that it's not up to par, we won't share it again. Yeah. It's just not going to happen. But anybody that comes on the show, though, please believe, especially when they're disseminating information that can help you with the rebuild, they're going to have to go through the filter called Tony. And
they're getting for real.
That is an absolute thing. But
and
I mean,
well, that's the same reason.
It benefits everybody, you guys, because we're getting legitimate information.
Absolutely.
Hey, are you up to par with with all your licenses, with your insurance, with your bonds, with your history? Do you have any complaints? All that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's to help everybody out.
Because we're like gatekeepers in an instance. We're super protective of Altadena because that's who Altadena is. Anybody that's from there, we are trying to guard Altadena, Pasadena. And so now all these people want to come in and do all this stuff. And it's like, but where you been all the rest of the time? Because you haven't fooled with us. Now all of a sudden you want to come and hold town halls and this meeting and that meeting and this and that. And what is your real end game? That's how I always look at it, right? And I check it out, y'all, for real. Even though we've put it on, I'm like, I'm still checking it out. And then I'll come back and in our WhatsApp, I'll be like, okay, yeah, this is what I found out. They're good. And then we'll keep promoting it, right?
Or sometimes we do it right there. Like,
right, we
when you did the one I shot, I went and looked it up. Oh, they're totally legit. They're registered. They're all
because that was last week. Jamal put something up and I was in the background like, who's behind that? What is it? Is it legit? And
the reason why you asked, because the certain site that we went to has a whole lot of silhouettes as pictures, but has names under them. So I was thinking, why not put your picture?
Right.
You already got your name.
Some stuff is straightforward, some is not. And the ones that are not, we really are questioning. Like,
for real.
What's your objective?
We are questioning. And we're trying to, if we see a trail, but it's linked to this person over here. Oh, and they're shady. And it's over here. We're like, okay, we've discussed it. We're not bringing that back on. Because we're trying to protect our community as best we can. And if we provide accurate information here and we weed out those that we deem are not so legit or whatever, we feel like we're doing a better service to you all than a disservice, right? And that's really what we are hoping and trying to do here. So,
one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to be sued for libel or slander. So I'm the type of person that when I go to a restaurant and if it's great, I give you a 5-star review. If you're only going to get a 4 or 3, I won't give you one at all. Because other people must like your food because they're still coming here. So I'm not going to knock you because your tacos taste like wood. But at the same time, if somebody like tree bark tacos, I mean, more power to you. Me personally, I don't like stuff well done. My mom used to cook it until it was like it wasn't alive anymore.
Oh my God. I didn't like steak until I became an adult, probably about within the last 10, 15 years. Because I used to have to eat it well done. And it was like you said, like eating bark. And it's like, man, I can't have it.
You be chewing forever. Like, I think my teeth fell out my mouth when I was 4. The chewing.
Pops used to make
they did. Maybe not from chewing, but they did, bruh.
I know, I'll just try to use that one.
All our teeth fell out our mouth at 4.
I mean, when we be bowling and somebody leaves a split like this, I'll be like, that looked like a 3-year-old's mouth when the teeth fell out.
But yeah, so we're just trying to give as much accurate information as we can. And look, you guys, you know how we say we'll start at 10 and then it's ish? We'd be in the background and Brian's like, oh, let me go get some coffee. Oh, let me put this up. And I'd be like, come on. It's like 5 after 10.
You should have seen us yesterday.
And when Pastor John was running late, I was like,
well, we were waiting for the Pastor John, and he finally came on. But Brian had left, and we were like, okay, now we ready. Where is Brian? Like,
I was like, come on, let's start. Jamal was like, no, we got to wait for Brian to come back with his coffee.
He didn't even do the live.
Like, Brian will pop in when Brian pops in, is what's in my brain, right?
And y'all can always start without me. I'll just pop in the middle of it 5 minutes. And I'm Brian Bacchus, and you're not. Okay, got it in.
And Jamal, this is the thing. Brian is going to bring the levity for sure. I am a time freak. So even though we say we start at 10, then it's now 10-ish. Because it might be 5 after, it might be 10 after, it might be 20 after. And I'm sitting there in the background like, oh my God.
We try to make sure that Tony's show is on time. So yesterday was her fault, not ours. Just gonna put that disclaimer out there.
It wasn't my fault. Somebody was having technical difficulties because I was ready, like at 9:45. But no, Pastor John.
I know. Now, mind you guys, we'd be on here at 8:45. Already prepping, getting ready. It's just for some reason 10 o'clock comes and we're just like,
Can't go live. And in the background, I'm like, come on, y'all, it's 9:58. Like, come on, we got 2 minutes. And Brian's like, hold on, let me finish this. And I'm like,
well, lately I've been waking up right at 9:45.
so 10:15 is our 10-ish.
Yeah.
One of these times,
hey, but we're always on.
I'm Brian Bacchus, and you're not.
I know.
From the bed.
Yep, he gonna do that.
That's hilarious.
Well, I'm having breakfast.
So yeah, if anybody hopefully sends, either Marcus or anyone else sends us anything for tomorrow that we can use for Throwback Thursday that will kind of guide the discussion, that will be phenomenal. And Marcus, thank you. We're grateful for everyone who is participating and tuning in, because if you all weren't here, it would just be the 3 of us. If there was no interaction, we would still
not like we wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
Right, because we would.
The podcast ain't really for the likes or the views. It's for the information that you get from it. Yeah. So even though we're done after an hour or so, you can always go back. Now, Facebook's changed their rules, so you can't go back to Facebook. So if you wanted to look at something a month ago,
for 30 days.
30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody is going to be done by June 23rd. So even if you started that, all your videos that were live are going to just be wiped off, and they couldn't keep giving you warning. So download your whole profile. So on February 1st of this year, I have officially been on Facebook for 20 years. So I downloaded my whole profile. It took like 30 gigs, 40 gigs. And even downloaded
it. That shows people how to do that.
Friday on that. Yeah, or something. So that people, maybe you should do a show on that so people understand how to download
definitely need to.
And
oh my God, don't do it on your phone.
No, you can't do it on your phone.
You will run out of space. No, you can, but it will lock your phone up because it'll run out.
Yeah,
it won't tell you that it's about to get there, and it just lock your phone up. It already happened to me. I had to restore it.
It would be great for people to get an external drive, because you really don't even want to do that all on your laptop, because then other things will stop functioning. So you want to get an external drive and plug it into it with the USB or whatever and store it there. And an external drive is good to have, right? Like anything that's like your medical, your power of attorney.
Well, I got one better than that. Forget the external drive. Just do the G drive with your documents like that. Because you might make an external drive. I lost 5 hard drives because I didn't think the fire was going to happen. I just grabbed my laptop and the 2 hard drives I got.
Were those the toasters?
They were toaster drives. I had 3 brand new ones, 2 used, and a whole bunch of the little ones, the little USB ones that like 2 gigs.
I have a square one that's a terabyte that I can, my external that I could, put in here. But Yeah.
And see, luckily for me,
And I do
I'm
put a
a
lot of
data hoarder, and I just put everything in Dropbox anyway.
Yeah.
So I got several emails that have several G drives that all are 100 gigs, and I have space to put stuff. So that's where I've
Yeah.
been dumping. Even this one we got now, we got 30 gigs of space for
And we have to dump it.
Altadena. Yeah, so no, we don't even have to dump it. We don't have nothing there for Altadena Talks on Gmail. So
Oh,
we
you're
got
talking about the
space
G
to put
drive.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking about G drive. Period. I was talking when Mark DeMarco came on our very first episode, and we were talking about, put it on a USB drive. I said, but where are you gonna? What happens when you're not at home and the fire happens? That's gone. So just upload it to
Put
your
it in
G
the
drive.
cloud.
It's cloud protected. A lot of people don't want to embrace the cloud because it's like, oh, that's the devil.
Hey, you
So,
guys,
you know.
the cloud is just a hard drive in a separate location that you can access via the internet. That's all it is.
So you just said a punchline from Electric Company when it first started.
Hey, you guys.
You know,
I know. That was Rita Moreno. So
Rita
she was
Moreno,
another
yeah.
outstanding person on Electric Company. That's man, I love that. Yes.
Even that one black bald dude, he was in a lot of movies after that.
And you
A
know
lot
who
of
we
them
didn't
passed
talk
away.
about on Way Back Wednesday? I think we've talked about it before, and he wasn't necessarily, brown, but I think everybody watched Mr. Rogers.
Oh, heck yeah.
And
My
loved the
favorite
train
person.
going through and buttoning up or taking off the cardigan. And like Mr. Rogers
Now-
was the man growing up.
Here's the history about Mr.
Won't you
Rogers.
be
He went
my
before
neighbor?
Congress and needed money to keep his show going. And so the one senator was like, explain to me, as if I'm a child, how this show works, and I'll see about getting you this $20 million. And so he brought me to tears because he's so humble and so calm. And he said the reason why children are having a problem nowadays is because parents aren't taking the time to listen to them, to get down on their level, to understand that there's development levels. And my show puts that out there. I talk to kids. I get down on my knees and get to their level, and I talk to these children. And dude was so moved after the whole speech that he said, you got your funding. And that's how Mr. Rogers stayed on.
Stayed
that's
on.
cool.
Hey, I just got a
Yeah,
text
so-
suggestion. Who did we say in the beginning watches the show and then would text us later, I'm proud of you or whatever, right? So I just got a text.
Your mama.
I just got a text, and then I have another alert. I want to just read this real loud so it's information. But she was saying in a text, maybe we could show them clearing the lots. So, and I told her, yes, we have videos of that because you and I have gone up there. I've been in Altadena a lot this past week, 2 or 3 times, and took some photos and or videos. So maybe we'll dedicate part of a show to that, Brian, showing some of the lots. Because
Right.
I'm telling you, from Wapello and Mount Curve just to Wapello and Marengo, there's at least 10 lots, maybe close to 15 that have been cleared. Then I couldn't go further because they were clearing where Nikki and Chuck live just past Marengo. But between Marengo and Fair Oaks on Wapello, there's got to be maybe 6 that have been cleared. So yeah, we should do that. And I might go up there this week and do some more, but it's pretty amazing watching them clear those lots. And we do have that thank you, Mom, for the suggestion. And then there's just, I have the Star News, and I just gotta, I don't want to bring a lot of politics into this, but this is important because this is LA County. So the new DA in LA County has now reversed the ban on the death penalty in LA County. And it is now on the table again.
Who votes for that? People?
No. Well, people voted the DAs in office, but the DAs have the authority to do that. So there was a ban on the death penalty in LA County. It effective today or maybe yesterday. Oh, it says the policy is effective immediately, that they're bringing back seeking the death penalty on special circumstance homicides. So
who are they trying to kill? Because these are people already sitting in jail. So
hello,
yeah.
I'm just gonna leave that at that. People can Google that, but we see where the country is, the direction of things, And now it's in our backyard in LA County. Since we all live in LA County, our young people need to be educated. Those that are out here doing foolishness, because if they deem it like, special circumstances, you're a gang member, and this thing of, oh, you were with somebody, you didn't pull the trigger, but it's felony murder, and that's a special circumstance.
By association.
Right. So guess what? Now the death penalty is back in those cases. So that information I'm just putting out there because we need to be aware of things like this and spread the word. But I just got that alert. So I figured, you know what? This is information that is happening in real time. So just make your folks.
You better do your crimes by yourself, because ain't nobody trying to die and not tell on you.
So I just brought it up in Pasadena now, and it basically says under the new guidelines, prosecutors may pursue capital punishment only in exceedingly rare cases and after extensive and comprehensive review. The policy requires a beyond reasonable doubt standard for charging at all stages of review rather than the previous probable cause threshold. So you guys can read that at Pasadena Star News or Pasadena Now or LA Times. Just like Tony said, it's going to be everywhere because this is definitely news breaking.
And just because under the quote unquote new guidelines, yes, these are the guidelines, but that's not law. And the prosecutor and the DA has the authority to determine who fits under those quote unquote guidelines and who doesn't. So that's important information that our communities need to know about, and our young people need to be educated, because so many still want to ride around being with certain people, this and that. And it'll take one slip up, a mistake, that will not only have you maybe facing life in prison, but now in LA County, the death penalty is back. In the state of California, it's not as the case because the governor and them have put it on hold. But in our county now, it's back. So we got to make sure our people are aware and have the knowledge, and that we are making sure they're not out here doing foolish things that could either put them away for life or now have the death penalty in the case. That
you would think by now that these kids would know that these officials aren't playing games with them anymore.
You would think.
Well, no, but the thing is, they don't, because they're not political. They don't care about politics. We see what's going on at our age. And I talk to my kids and different younger people about stuff that's going on in our country and what this means. And, we know it's shock and awe, do this quickly. And then the lawsuits will come later that are like, that's illegal, it's against Constitution or whatever. But there is a group of people, right? The powers that be or whatever. And when it comes to Black and brown folks, they want to do everything they can to eliminate us, whether it's erasing history, whether it's putting us in prison forever or the death penalty. And I can guarantee you this death penalty coming back in LA County is going to be focused and geared towards those groups of people, the Black and brown communities. So that's what it is. So
y'all better turn your life around and start learning the trade: electrician, welder, plumber, carpenter, because there's going to be a lot of builders needing your help. And that will actually keep you out of a world of trouble and give you a skill set that you can take after. I mean, who wouldn't want to hire you after you say, well, what was your last job? Oh, I helped rebuild Altadena for 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Okay, you got some experience. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of these foundations could be getting some grants to start that initiative. I know I got one. I'm not going to mention it now, but I'm working on one now to help felons get back reacclimated into life by having a skill set, because you're coming out of jail 14, 15, 20 years. Yeah, you got A1 credit, but you don't have nothing to sustain it with. Yeah. So it's a challenge, because, people went in there and they were like, oh man, I was doing this when I went in. Now I come out and the whole world's changed technologically wise. So, that's a skill set. They need to know financial literacy. They need to learn technology that's going to benefit them. They don't like to learn everything, because AI that came along in the last 5 years and has bombarded you with more platforms of AI than there are of social media platforms.
Every single day, there's multiple platforms coming out.
Yeah, there's a website called there'sanaIforthat.com. And it tells you everything that has come out on the date as well, and all the way back to 2015. So You know, we started Star Click Media in 2017, and we were using Zapier automation when it first came out to be able to post our stuff everywhere. It's complicated to set up, but once it's set up, oh my God, you can set it and forget it. But you know, then people came with videos, and everybody wanted to have more realistic stuff. So now what you have to do is you have to create the content in bulk and then schedule it to be posted, such as what we do now with our shorts and stuff like that. So we're just trying to disseminate the information as best we can. We're trying to help people, you know, get to where they need to be. Yeah, that bad boy right there, that's a monster. And it tells you, if you look on the left, I think there's a timeline on the left that'll tell you when stuff came out. I can't really see it.
It says search task characters near me, submit dash advertise newsletter, and contact us on the list.
Yeah, it used to have the date up there, but I guess not. Oh, wait, if you scroll down right here, maybe that's it.
Hold on, let me go back.
Yeah, because usually show a timeline. Right there it is. It popped up on the left.
Here.
So you see it goes all the way back to 2015, that every AI that has ever came out is right there. So learn AI, people. If you work in the movie industry and you do lighting and you say AI is taking your job, do this test.
Learn it.
Take a picture of the scene before y'all dress it or whatever, and tell the AI to give me a horror lighting scene. Give me a beach lighting scene. Give me this. And it'll give you where to place the lights, and now you can be the genius. It's not hard, but people don't like technology. So you have no choice. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Learn it. Because you know how they got the McDonald's are now starting to, instead of paying people $20 an hour, they were combating it by making robots. Well, guess who's going to need to fix the robots? Somebody. Who's going to maintain them? Learn automation, learn robotics, learn biotech, learn STEM. It's not just for young kids. I mean, I've been teaching STEM to 9 to 12-year-olds for decades. I haven't done it lately since the pandemic, but you know, I want to get all that stuff back, and Altadena is going to need it. So we're going to need a lot of community centers. We're going to need a lot of office spaces that are turned into like rosebuds and stuff like that, you know, where after school tutoring programs and different things of that nature. We're going to need this stuff. It's not just going to go away. We got the population is going to come back. We're going to have new people. The only way you're going to even get to know your community is to start being involved in the things that are surrounding it. So when you look at whatever newsletter we got up here in Pasadena, like the Pasadena Sentinel used to be good for telling things about stuff. The Pasadena Weekly is a good source. You know, we can get some ads put in there for things. But the whole thing is the community is still here, and we still got a lot to do and a lot to, you know, rebuild. Let's just rebuild on all aspects. Rebuild on our health, rebuild on our wealth, rebuild on our community, rebuild the children, because that's the future of the community. That's the most important.
Those are key.
And rebuild on our seniors, our older adults, because those two are the most important. The young and the old. You know, us in the middle, we're at the top of the bell curve. You know, from 0 to 20 or 18, your parents are taking care of you. You got 20 to 50 to get it right. Because from 60 on, you're taking care of your parents. It doesn't matter in what capacity. Like Tony's taking care of her parents by taking the brunt of the policies and the stuff that's going on with her mom's house, dad's house, and taking that burden off of them so that they can concentrate on living and getting reacclimated to what they were doing, you know? So, yeah.
Ryan, although, you know what, my mom is, well, they're doing, I'll say they are doing much better. They're starting to, you know, the grief in the process was,
but they didn't need to be worrying about no insurance and all this. You know, that was your job. You stepped up.
So let me just say this: the insurance was amazing. We have USAA. And they reached out to my mom, and they have been doing everything, and my mom's been handling that. But yes, all this other information, all of this, and it is our responsibility. Our parents have taken care of us. We got to take care of them, right? And so whatever we can do, including us being on this podcast or whatever, to assist our parents and then the community, because you guys already know that was my first thought, was my parents. I got to help my parents, got to help my parents. And this is how we're doing it, is amazing for everyone. So I'm super thankful for this platform and what we continue to build every day, and how we will be able to impact our community and continue to serve and be of assistance to people. That's what's important to me at this point.
That's the
I
goal.
agree. Absolutely.
So that when we do this show in about 3 years, and we or even 2, and we filming that first build, we gonna have a ton of people like logging in on that day.
Well, hopefully it's before 2 years.
Well, that's what we hoping. They're
That's gonna
clearing
be a
the
few
lots.
months from now.
Well, they're clearing the lots
Some
quicker.
within about 6 months.
I think they cleared the lots quicker than they're doing in Hawaii.
Oh, definitely.
they are.
I think they learned a
definitely.
lot from Hawaii too.
And,
Right.
and let
Hawaii
me
is
tell
an
you,
island. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a whole
Now,
different
not too many places to dump. You
Right.
got to fly that stuff out of.
well, and
Just
stuff
go
has
dump it in the volcano.
Yeah. And then for us, it's such a unique place. And yes, we know people want to grab land, but I do believe overall it might be 10% of the lots that get sold. You know,
Let's
at
just
the
hope
end of
they're
the
not
day.
building townhomes or apartment complexes on them.
But they can't. That's the beauty of it. There's the Altadena community standards, and if they try to buy several
Oh,
lots,
that's
and
right. You
build
did
that,
mention that.
they have to literally have public hearings. And you know how much of Altadena the other 95% will be out
Yeah,
there
they're
saying
gonna be
no,
so
no,
against
no,
it.
no, no.
Yep.
So I'm not even
Destiny
stressing.
Child song.
No,
I'm not
no,
stressing
no,
about
no,
that because I
no.
just don't see that that's going to happen. And they can't build McMansions because of our community standards. So it's got to be
Look,
very
unless they're over on the other side of Hill off of Mendocino or somewhere.
No, but that's really Pasadena where they built all the McMansions. There's a few above what is it, Washington or whatever that did that, but that was part of why the community standards were put into place, because a few started popping up and they were like,
we don't
no,
want no more of
2
that.
and 3 lots.
exactly. So I don't
No
Like on Mar Vista.
happening. I really foresee Altadenians coming back. And then people like Green Line Housing who are buying these lots so that they can be, you know, sold back to Altadenians, and the things that we're trying to do with Holdena through Victory and through, you know, the people that we have helping to try to raise this money, this $10+ million, so that those that need $350,000 because they've got 200 or 300 and they might need more or whatever it is, we can be a blessing, give them that grant, and they can build their house back, like Pastor John was saying yesterday. So I think that it's important that we always remember. And oh, you know what? I gotta send an email out. Tonight is a follow-up. Sorry, my brain just clicked. A follow-up for the I'm having a Zoom call. It's a follow-up from the Builders Town Hall. And hold on, let me get the Zoom link and I'm gonna plop it. If you want to do this, people can join it if they want to. If not, that's fine too. But I want to afford people the opportunity.
Are you gonna put it in the short link so I can put it in the
I'm going to put it in our chat. Yeah. And then you can do your thing and short link it or whatever else. Hold on. Let me copy it.
That's good. It started.
I'll put it in our private. Okay. They shouldn't need the meeting ID and passcode just with that link, because I have it open. I don't have where it's like locked or whatever, because I can kick people out if need be. But yeah, that's the Builders Town Hall follow-up. It's tonight at 6:30. And I've been texting with a bunch of the builders today, like, hey, you make sure you're going to be on there. I think one of the things that is so important to me that I keep stressing, people have it in their heads that they have to go and find all these different entities, a surveyor, an architect, a builder, a structural engineer, you know, all these things. And you really don't. If you go, and I don't care what builder it is, if they're a reputable, good builder, and they're an all-in-one, they have an architect on their staff, because the prices that we've heard, I heard somebody tell me 15,000 is what their architect said. Somebody else said 40,000 is what their architect is doing.
40, 50
and the
a lot.
only thing the architect can do is sketch your house or put it in CAD, and it would be, okay, this is what your house will look like, right? Then you've got to work with a builder to build your house. Then you got to work with somebody to do your interior stuff if need be. And so part of people not being taken advantage of, don't go out there and waste a whole lot of money that you may not need to, because if you have a builder like PCI, or, and I don't want to just say the people that we had at the town hall, right? But any of those at the town hall that we had, or others that we've brought on here, and that we know of, or anyone you find that you can vet and they are a really, really, really good builder, then, and they have a team, they will do your survey as part of the building process. They will go to your lot and make sure it's right. They will sketch and put in AutoCAD or whatever and go back and forth with you to make sure your design is what you want. And then their architect on their staff and structural engineer will review those plans, make sure it's architecturally and structurally sound before it gets submitted to the county. So don't think you've got to use just an architect that is going to charge you $40,000, and then out of whatever you have to rebuild, and then you've got to find somebody to build it and all this other stuff. The only thing that, and I asked both Allison and Kendra recently about their builder or their architects and everything, and they say, yeah, we do all the design, we go back and forth, and then our architect and structural engineer review all the plans and sign off on it before it goes to planning for the permit. And I specifically, I think Saturday or Friday, asked Kendra, how much is your architect and structural engineer? She said her architect, Ryan, because he reviews it, charges her $4,000 for the review, and her structural engineer does the same thing. And so $8,000 is what is embedded into her pricing for your whole property. And then Allison's was very close to that. It was a little higher, but it probably was more than like 10,000 or something. I forget. I'd have to look at the text or whatever. And so then when I hear people tell me that, oh, well, my architect said these plans for them to do, go to the lot, make my plans, it's going to be $40,000. I'm like, for what? You're wasting 40 grand of what you have when that's not necessary. So then I've seen things like on Altadena, California, or Beautiful Altadena, where one guy is working with the architect and he's drawn a ton of plans or put together a ton. And I forgot his website, but you can go and buy any of these plans, which are architecturally and structurally sound and ready to go, and you can give to your builder for $7,500. And I'm like, okay, that's reasonable, right? But $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 just for the architect, and then you got to go find a builder and all the other stuff. You're pulling out so much of your money, and to be honest, in my opinion, wasting it. Not that an architect doesn't know what they're doing and their license and degrees aren't valid. That's great, but I would hope any architects that are associated with rebuilding Altadena aren't trying to get over on crazy pricing on people, knowing that this is going to come out of whatever their insurance is. So just think about that. There is some updated information that Allison Elaine is going to give tonight. It just came in. She put it in our Slack channel with all the builders yesterday, and it has to do with the 10%. And there's something that just came in from Sal. But because they're all in this Slack, we're all in it together, and they're all sharing information. But there is some brand new news out of LA County that has to do with, they've changed again the like for the rebuild size standards for square feet. And so she's going to talk about that tonight. You know how we keep hearing the 10% versus this or that.
20%.
This came out yesterday. There's some LA County planning code interpretations, and so she's going to talk about that tonight. If I get the link, I'll give it to you guys and we can do it. But it has to do with the setbacks, the code interpretations, and that that like for like and 10%. There's also, she's awaiting guidelines for concurrent JADU, the junior ADU, or the ADU, or additions with like-for-like rebuilds to avoid costly development requirements later. So some more information came out yesterday. She is going to talk about that tonight. Sal from Vivere Construction, Justin from Love Construction, Allison, Kendra. I got to call Ariel real quick, the architect, see if he's going to be on here. But anyway, just wanted to remind people of that. And that's tonight at 6:30. And we've been on here a while, so I guess we're getting ready to say toodles.
Toodle-oodle.
Toodles, folks.
Okay, well, we're going to do you this.
Oh, that's our song?
Yeah. Hey.
Turn that up.
Thanks for coming. Episode 51.
I can't hear it.
I know. It's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're Altadena Talks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, there'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks.
This is sandwich making music.
Make me hungry.
Now more than ever, we have to be clever with water, food, shelter, and love. It's hard to believe that our neighbors are in need, but they're the ones we're thinking of. I know. It's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're Altadena Talks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks.
Y'all know nothing about that Altadena Talks now. Now we got theme music.
It's so mellow. It's dope. It's just like, yes.
This will be available on Spotify soon for your listening pleasure. Please listen. We need the hits.
We'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks. Through the fire, we'll be a guide for you at your side. At your side, we're Altadena Talks.
Toodles.
Thank you all for coming. We'll check you out another time. Peace out.